think there may be more bilateral agreements, such as Singapore, Hong Kong, Singapore with other countries, to have that sort of travel green lane. These green lanes are good experiments for how we could open up the bigger travel industry. We need to increasingly think about multiple pathways. For example, Singapore with ASEAN. Travel within Europe, they might have their own system that's accepted, and hopefully that would lay the groundwork for that global opening up of the travel industry. A universal digital passport is going to be really optimistic. I think that is going to be the desired state. But I think there might be a lot of hurdles along the way. Disagreements about what the technology platform would be. If it's seen to be led by the US, China may not agree, Russia may not agree. Some of the Asian countries, because of good governance, were able to keep COVID in check at the very start. And because they were able to keep COVID in check, there was not a great sense of urgency to vaccinate the population. The West went through different waves of COVID. That's why they really emphasize on vaccinations, so they are ahead in a sense. Vaccinations would probably be more commonplace. From a public health perspective, never before in history did we see so much positivity attached to vaccinations and vaccines. I think we should ride on this wave, because if we focus a lot more on vaccination, travel will open up. We were thrown a spanner. There were new variants that were maybe 3 or 4 times more infectious. One of the scenarios we created would be, what if this pandemic becomes endemic? That was a future that we were hoping won't happen, but that increasingly we think will happen. I think increasingly we will see a lot more emphasis on local travel. For example, local travel within China, local travel within US is booming. I think increasingly we'll see an expansion of these travel options, and not just a focus on air travel. In an airplane, the environment is very contained, so I may not feel as safe. But maybe from a train perspective, or going by car, for example, I think people have that perception that it's safer, they are more in control. For local travel, we are going to see more opening up and a diversity of travel options.